And here we go. It's hump day. Headbangers and hooligans rolling on a Wednesday. As always, thank you for listening. Yours truly, Scummalicious. Top 50 albums. Today, going to recap 34 through 20. Yesterday I was kind of looking at some of those albums, and it just, I don't know, I feel like I'm sad. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm sad because I love this segment, and I'm going to replace it with a new segment next year. Get into that later. I've got a lot of new changes going into effect for next year. Got a plan, and hopefully, let's just put it this way, hopefully it does what it's intended to do, and that's make me more popular. You know, got the YouTube channel, definitely more videos. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is a definite, and other stuff, but save that for later. This is about finishing out this year. So 34 through 20, gonna recap those albums, starting with number 34, 30-Foot Fall. Ever revolving, never evolving. Yeah, don't try to say that 3 times in a row. Obviously, the worst news over the past year. Chris LaForge, longtime guitarist, passed away. I think they are working on a new album. They did release a new song. I haven't heard it. I can't remember what it was released on. But definitely, the minute I hear news that they've released a new album, I'm all over that. Guaranteed, I'm going to review that. This album, wow, what can you say? And I think I might have mentioned this in the review. I read somewhere the reviewer kind of compared him to Guttermouth, and I get that. They have no problem at all of ripping on NoFX, and any band that does that, ultimate respect for him immediately. Love Butch. I've heard a couple or seen a couple people bitch about his voice. It's unique. And you know what? You're just a hater if you don't like Butch, singer for 30-Foot Fall. But, Texas is a unique state. And then to be a punk band in Texas on top of it, it's a winning combination for me. Number 33, Faith No More. The Real Thing. Talked about Mr. Bungle yesterday. The Real Thing. Holy shit. 1990. I was in college at the time. I haven't talked a lot about the college year and a half down in Atlanta. It will be in the book. Yes, I am writing a book. How about that? Mike Patton. He does everything. I talked about it yesterday. This, a little more tamed than Mr. Bungle, though. What a fucking album. And to me, it's still my favorite album from them. I love the mixture of Jim Martin's thrash guitar, the keyboards and the piano, Mike Borden on drums. Of course, you had Epic. Surprise! You're dead! Ha! 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 Open your eyes! Da, 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 da. I don't know what he says right there. Can't go wrong with that album, though. The Real Thing. Number 33, Faith No More. Number 32. Speaking of Guttermouth, how about that? Mark Atkins, yes, my stepdad, finally, with an appearance. The album, Gorgeous. Talk about an album that definitely offends everybody, or somebody. It has to. It's Guttermouth. That's what they do. In the cover of this, do I say transgender, crossdresser, whatever it is, and he pinches his nipples. Of course, it it ends with two of the greatest Guttermouth songs of all times. Of all time, not all times. Well, I have to say it, right? At least 2 or 3 times a podcast. Highballs, which it's fun to play on the guitar, by the way. That's another reason why it's near and dear to my heart. And then Power Up, of course, where Mark Atkins sings about fingering his own ass. Shocker. And is it BBB? In the line, he says, worship dead junkies and shitty bands. Geez, I wonder who he's talking about in that song. Either way, great album, and that's why it's number 32. Number 31. Now, this is a band I haven't talked about quite a while, actually. Pennywise, Full Circle. Oh, I have the cassette. Funny story. Listened to this cassette yesterday. Trust me, I forgot I knew they were in the top 50. I didn't remember what number. I was going through the old cassette case yesterday. Saw Full Circle. I thought, you know what? I haven't listened to that in a while. It's got Society. I just absolutely destroyed that. Society. How long you pray makes no difference today. Any way you look at it, you're gonna get screwed. Yeah, those. Jim Lindbergh. He does that sometimes when he's singing. I love that album. The guitars are so crunchy. It's super fucking fast. I love Full Circle. It actually was a lot higher, and maybe someday I will be able to explain that story of why I switched with another album. Not going to do that today. But for the purposes of my top 50 countdown, Pennywise comes in at 31 with Full Circle. Number 30, Strung Out, Exile in Oblivion. That bad boy. And it is a fucking bad boy. Starts off with that little song that I tried to duplicate. Not very good. As always, Analog, Blueprints of the Fall, the second song where that guitar solo is fucking incredible. It ends with two of my favorite strung out songs of all time. I just can't stay away from that saying, can I? It's a fucking addiction. I need an intervention. But Swan Dive and The Misanthropic Principle. Oh, I love those songs. The Swan Dive. If you ask me what went wrong, I said, nobody's doing fine. We're all fucked up and doing time. Jason Cruz, obviously, sounds a lot better than I do. And The Misanthropic Principle. And I asked myself, why the fuck do I even care? And then it's got that beautiful crunchy riff. It's strung out. Just, they kick ass. It's that simple. That was number 30. Number 29. My boys are back again. Anchors Away. Anchors away, my friend. The Bouncing Souls. Greg. Awesome fucking singer. In fact, I'm looking at my picture right now. That picture of me with Greg and Brian, the bass player, and he's signing my shirt and he's drawing a little fuck picture. True story. I love Anchors Away. Kind of a more serious album than How I Spent My Summer Vacation, the album before it, but a shitload of songs too. Hey, where have you gone? You used to be the one that we looked up to. It's the Bouncing Souls. Come on, man. You gotta love the Bouncing Souls. Number 28, Monkey Pup, Boy in a Man's World. You can hate this album. Actually, you can't hate this album. Fuck you. It's Danny Anastasi. It's Chris Millens. It's his brother John on drums. And I believe it's Dave. I'm going to slaughter his last name. I think you pronounce it Neobor? Neobori? That's a bad job out of me. I should be more prepared and know how to pronounce the bass player for fucking Mucky Pup on this album. Album I've been listening to for over 2 fucking decades. It's got Batman on it. Thought you were smart, but a whore. Then came Batman through the door. Instead of fucking that stupid slut, he got 8 stitches. You got... Did I just say he? He got 8 stitches up his butt? No, you. Seriously. Chris Milne says, you got 8 stitches up your butt. He says that in the first verse. The second verse he says, you got 8 inches up your butt. Batman. Oh, that riff is amazing. They perform it live on their Mexicali DVD live performance. It's on YouTube. Listen to Danny Nostalgia's guitar tone live on that song. I get chicken skin when I fucking hear it. The crunch. You know I love the fucking crunch. That crunch makes me semi-erect. And you probably didn't want to know that, but I'm just being fucking honest. I cannot lie to you people. That's what that guitar tone does. I love that album. Got the cassette and the CD. That's one of them. That's how special it is. Mucky Pup, Boy in a Man's World. Number 27. Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. Bruce Dickinson. You know I love Paul Di'Anno, right? But I've always said Bruce Dickinson is awesome too. Peace of Mind. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You'll fire a musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, galloping guitars, the Trooper, Still Alive. That shit, I have no idea what it is. They play this recording, and it sounds like somebody's playing something backwards. It sounds real satanic. I think I talked about this when I did the review. I absolutely slaughtered it, but anybody that's a hardcore Iron Maiden fan knows what I'm talking about. What the fuck? But it's so fucking awesome. The Flight of Icarus. Peace of Mind. Legendary album. Number 26. This is for you. This is for the Buckster. He likes this one. I do too. Let's go. Rancid. They love that saying, don't they? Rancid. First album with Lars. Nihilism. No, nihilism. Of course, we got the video. Remember? Salvation. Come on, baby. Won't you show me what you got now? I want your salvation. Whoa. I can't believe these people. I get lost. I can't help it. I love these fucking albums. I love talking about them. And then I start singing them, and you're like, shut up, get to the next album. That's what we're going to do. Number 25, we go from Rancid to the Godfather of heavy metal. Rest in peace, Dio, the last in line. You don't have to be a Headbanger fan. You don't have to be a Headbanger. You could be a hard rock person. You could be a pop person, but I'm telling you, that guitar riff, the last in line, it's simple, but it is one of the greatest guitar riffs ever recorded. Vivian Campbell, he deserves credit for this. The solo is amazing too. I keep going back and forth, and this might be a surprise because I always talk about Holy Diver, that guitar solo. It is my favorite guitar solo, but the last in line is my second favorite. Then it's Rock and Roll Children off of Sacred Heart. But there'll be another song. It's just an amazing solo. The solo on Rainbows in the Dark, too. That's a good one. But the last in line, that guitar riff. And the only way we've come along, we are fire, we are stone. I'm definitely not going to try to sound like the Godfather. What an amazing album. The Chains Are on Egypt, that last song. Very, very underrated. I might have mentioned this before. Doro, is that her name? She covered that. Not bad, but it's still Dio. And that fucking metalcore band, I can't think of their name right off the bat, but I will. Killswitch Engage. Don't ever fucking cover another Dio song. You can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on your band. This Dio's untouchable. 25, The Last in Line. We'll leave it at that. Number 24, Pulley, the third album. And it's at ! Another mark that you type. You know what I'm talking about? This album is important because I don't care if you don't like any of the songs except for the first one. You know what I'm talking about. Still, in my opinion, the greatest song ever written, Working Class Whore. That's my theme song. You've heard me talk about it ad nauseum. That song alone makes that album number 24. It's a great album though. There's other good songs on it. But Working Class Whore, man. We can all kind of get with that, right? We understand what Scott Rudinski was saying when he was singing those lyrics. Number 23, Face to Face, Big Choice. You know how special that album is to me. First CD I ever purchased, physical CD. I went to the store and bought it. And besides that, it's got Disconnected on it, Late. It's an amazing album. It's Face to Face. You know how much I love him. Number 22, another important album. That's why it's in the top 50. Faster Pussycat, the debut. The album that started all for me. The album when I listened to it, I said, you know what? I'm doing something with music. I don't know what because I can't fucking sing. I don't play an instrument. But you know what? I like drinking beer. They sing about drinking beer. They sing about partying, about getting laid. I hadn't got laid at that point yet. But I like bands that sung about that, or hearing somebody tell me stories about it, and then thinking about it, and then buying magazines and looking at chicks. You get it. You understand. Faster Pussycat, number 22. 21, Sex Pistols. Obviously, Johnny Rotten. Never mind the Bullocks, by the way. It's always good to mention the title of the album. It's the Sex Pistols. They have to be on here. They're a big part of the reason that I got into punk music. And the last album for today, Iron Maiden again, at number 20 with Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, the title track, Hallowed Be Thy Name. I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime. Wow, hey, Penelope. Oh, shit. Made her take her shirt off. That's how good I sound right there. I was singing so good, women started taking their clothes off. That really happened. You guys, in your mind, you think that Penelope's not real. She's real. I'm looking right at her. She's just shy. She won't fucking say anything. It's all that money I pay her. I pay her good money to be my assistant. So there you go. 34 through 20. Tomorrow, 19 to number 2. And Friday, you guys, the day. Number 1 album of all time. Gotta have an idea, don't you? Right? Maybe? I think you do. So, you know how I do this. Take it easy. And if it's easy, take it twice. I'm out.